Good Erev Shabbos and welcome to a new mitzvah, number 226. A mitzvah that keeps your soul in its way. The prohibition to swear falsely in denial of a monetary obligation. So we'll see that this mitzvah is different than yesterday's mitzvah because this is actually swearing falsely in your denial. Whereas yesterday was just denying without swearing falsely. The verse actually says in the third book, Vayikra Parshas Kedoshim, V'lo seshakru ish ba'amiso. And you shall not lie one man to his fellow. The previous clause in this verse, "V'lo sechachashu," you shall not deny falsely, prohibits falsely denying a monetary obligation. That was yesterday's mitzvah, 225. The current prohibition, 226, prohibits swearing falsely in support of such a denial. The Chinuch begins the mitzvah by defining these two prohibitions. We are commanded not to swear in support of a false denial, as it is stated, and you shall not lie. That is to say, if a man falsely denies having a deposited item in his possession or having taken a loan, he transgresses the prohibition of you shall not deny falsely. And if afterward he swears falsely to the claimant in support of his denial, he transgresses the current prohibition of you shall not lie. For thus has the explanation of this verse been transmitted to us by the sages, that it comes to convey an injunction against swearing regarding a false denial of a monetary obligation. The source of this explanation in Sefer. This is in accordance with that which appears in Sefer. What does the verse, "and you shall not lie," teach us? By virtue of that which is stated in the Torah, and he shall return, and he swore falsely, he shall return the stolen item that he stole, or the proceeds of his fraud. He shall repay its principal and its fifth to it. And he shall bring his asham, guilt offering, to Hashem. We derive the punishment for swearing falsely regarding a monetary claim. From where, though, do we derive the scriptural injunction not to swear falsely in denial of a monetary obligation? The Torah therefore states in our verse, "And you shall not lie." There is another prohibition associated with this matter. It is set forth in Tractate Shavuos that anyone who swears a false oath in denial of a monetary obligation transgresses two prohibitions. He is guilty of number one, on account of transgressing, "You shall not swear falsely by my name," and number two, on account of transgressing the current prohibition, "And you shall not lie one man to his fellow." See that? Two for the price of one. Says the author, I've already written some of the underlying purposes of the prohibition to swear falsely in Parshas Yisro, so you can go back and do a review. The law of this mitzvah can be found in the 5th chapter of Tractate Shavuos. This mitzvah applies in every location and in all times. One who purposely transgresses this prohibition and lies by denying a monetary obligation and then swears in support of that denial incurs lashes, even though its violation does not involve action. Notwithstanding the lack of action in the violation of this prohibition, the Torah nevertheless imposes malchus on him, lashes, due to the severity of taking a false oath. Okay, and that, my friends, concludes this mitzvah. Thanks for listening to Abby, to sponsor future mitzvah 36 100 for the gold. Have a wonderful Shabbos. See you, God willing, once the Shabbos.